His contributions persuaded the British for reforms. He believed in the use of constitutional means to achieve his goals. 1. He had made a strong plea for the reform of the Legislative Council and separation of judiciary from the executive. 2. He opposed Lord Curzon for dividing Bengal and instituting government control over universities. 3. He played an important role in ensuring that Morley-Minto reforms were passed. 4. He also had served as a member of the Indian Public Service Commission and urged it to increase the share of Indians in higher services. He opposed the policies of the British and criticised the government on issues such as 1. Imposing production tax on cotton. 2. Incurring huge expenditure on the British Army. 3. Adopting the policy of racial discrimination in appointment to high posts. Servants of India Society 1. He set up this society in 1905. 2. The aim of the society was to train national leaders who would dedicate themselves to the service of India. 3. Some important members of the society were Srinivas Shastri and Hridaynath Kumsru. Role as a member of Imperial Legislative Council He became a member of the Imperial Legislative Council in 1902. 1. He impressed upon the government to reduce the land revenue and to abolish production duty on cotton goods, as these both affected the farming community. 2. He pleaded in the council for reduction in salt duty. 3. His tireless efforts led to the reduction in toll tax. 4. Being an economist, he demanded radical changes in the fiscal policy and better jobs for the educated middle class. 5. He tried to introduce a bill with a view to make primary education compulsory, but he could not achieve much success in it. Additional questions 20. To which segment of society they belonged? 2. The members of the early nationalists were drawn from the educated middle class consisting of professionals like lawyers, barristers, teachers and officials, who drew inspiration from Western thought. Many of them were educated in England and felt that the British intended to be just to Indians, but they were unaware of the true state of affairs in India. 21. How did they expose the true nature of British rule in India? 4. Methods of the early nationalists, explained above. 22. Why did they develop such an attitude? 1. The early nationalists had such an attitude because they believed that continuation of the British connection with India was in the interest of both England and India. 23. Mention the final outcome of the early nationalists' efforts. 2. The early nationalists fostered the concept of nation in the minds of Indians. They exposed the true nature of the British Empire and highlighted the economic exploitation India was going through. They trained people in modern liberal political activity by popularizing the ideas of democracy, civil liberties, secularism and nationalism.